Fuck. Fuck.
Fuck!
Fuck.
What the fuck?
This is actually devastating, Derek.
Yes.
So I think you know by the title, PlayStation are going to stop printing physical discs in 2 years. Fuck.
What's the point? What are they doing? Like, this is something that they've been wanting to do this for years.
Yeah,
these companies.
yeah.
And the fact that they're finally pulling the trigger in this environment is some bullshit.
It is actually devastating. I know people out there have made the digital jump already. We always get comments from this stuff saying, "Oh, it doesn't affect me. I've been digital for years." Just try and have a little bit of empathy a second for the people who do not want to go digital. For me, physical is so important because not only do you own the game, can you sell the game, can you share the game, but it's also just the memories. Like, just look at your shelf, pick up a case. It's like, I love this game. It's the tangibility of a digital format. It's so important. And that option's being ripped away. As Derek was saying, they've wanted this for so long. They did online passes back in PlayStation 3, so you had to either buy the game brand new or give them extra money to play online as well. And like, as a consumer, you would see like, oh, so pre-owned's a bit cheaper, but I may as well buy it new because I get the online pass anyway. They've been trying this for ages.
And some of that stuff is still around. There was a while ago where I was playing through all the Ratchet and Clank games, and I did not own Ratchet and Clank All for One. And I wanted to play online with friends, and even though I had it new, the pass for it had expired. So I needed to spend an extra $5 to play online with my friends. It's in the modern era. Like, that was only like 2 years ago that happened. And it's like, God, I forgot about this whole thing. That was really stupid. And now, as Natalie in the chat has mentioned, GTA kind of cleared the way. It's like, here's a code in box on the PlayStation. There really is no point of getting it in this. Like, here's a case. Like, you're talking about with the physical memories, and now it's like, what's the point?
Is that to normalize it, do you think? Because PlayStation are very tight with GTA 6. You turn that console on, there's a pre-order link. They're on all the advertisements. Do you think Sony said, do code in a box to normalize this before we go all out?
I wonder if they're trying to normalize it and they want to just see how much it's still going to sell to have that sort of thing. Because the idea is there's a lot of places all over the world that don't have great internet. And they miss out on updates and stuff like that. And it's ubiquitous for the most part. Everybody's going online, getting digital sales, all that stuff. It's very common, but it's not 100%. And, there's gift giving as well. Like, oh, cool, this new game came out. I want to give my son this game for his birthday or for Christmas or whatever. Can't do that.
You can give them a PSN voucher? Is that the same?
It's like a gift card at that point.
Exactly. It's truly is devastating. And Xbox tried this as well with their DRM stuff when Xbox One first came out. That was them trying to do this kind of thing. They want to kill the used game market. And I guess not everybody is in the know. We should explain this on a surface level, I suppose. When you buy a game new, the publisher gets nothing because you're paying whoever owns that game now. It becomes their asset. And publishers hate that. They want you to buy everything digital, so it all goes to them. Even when you buy physical, though, like the retailer gets a cut, right? So they want as much as possible. They don't want to be making any cuts with retailers or have aftermarket sellers. They just all want it themselves. That's the reason this is all happening. There's no other reason.
Oh yeah, it's totally trying to cut out the middleman. It's very akin to the comics industry back in the 90s, where Marvel tried to cut out the middleman of these shippers. They tried to buy one of the shippers so they could just directly ship. But by doing that, they hobbled the market of distribution and basically accidentally created a monolith, a monopoly that completely gutted the industry that's still being affected today. And it could still... That's something that could happen here. Are you cutting out all these aspects of these different companies that sell these things and people are used to going to buy? Grandma is not going to figure out how to do this in a lot of cases. It's not exciting to see a code. And this has a knock-on effect that I saw other people mention, that if they're doing this to Games, this is canary in the coal mine. They're going to do it to movies. They want to do this to
Yeah,
movies,
and
and
Sony's huge in movies. They
oh
they own
yeah,
they own part of Blu-ray.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
Blu-ray. They are Blu-ray. That the whole point of the PlayStation 3, which we'll get to, is to get Blu-rays into people's houses,
yeah.
and sell that hard market. It's why they won that format war.
Yeah, we are going to have people saying, "Oh, just give in." You know, movies have gone digital, books have gone digital, and I think games are so different to all of that stuff. Movies have gone largely digital because streaming is just easy. Like you buy a
Mm.
subscription to Netflix, Disney, all that. They're not disposable, but it's easier to flick between. And we've had similar kind of gaming services to Netflix, like Game Pass, and they haven't really worked because
No.
games are a commitment. It's something that, especially like RPGs or larger genres, you have to commit to. It's not something you can really just tap through from a list. So buying those separately makes a whole lot more sense. And digital movies only really make sense if you have that easy to access library. And games they aren't like that.
Yeah.
That's not like digital's a nice option, but it shouldn't be the only option.
No, especially because it's really going against trends these days because the younger generation really does like having physical objects. Barnes and Noble is taking off anymore. Like they felt like they were going to die. Borders bookstores in the US left. Barnes and Noble was definitely on its way out and just struggling. And all of a sudden they've had this big surge because people like having a tactile feel once
Mm.
again. They realized like there was a big power outage, and there was no like internet was gone for a while, and so all the movies that were on the shelves in Walmart were cleared out because people didn't have access to Netflix and so forth. So having that physical media is a big deal. People love their vinyls as far
They
as
do. Yeah.
CDs and stuff, and it's music and whatnot. There is a really growing push lately of getting back to physical media. And Sony's just like, no, we want to have complete control. It,
Speaking of like those kind of shops as well, GameStop is it dead now? Like,
I
what are
mean,
they going to do?
it's been dying, so
Yeah.
it's
But
yeah.
what are those stores going to do now? You know, because they can sell retro games, sure, but when it comes to PS5, for instance, when PS6 comes along, you're going to be probably playing your PS5 games on that, and you're not going to be buying used physical PS5 games because PS6 isn't going to have a disc drive after all
Oh
this
no.
stuff. It won't even be attachable. So all of a sudden, even your legacy PlayStation games, you're probably going to end up having to buy digital because there's no other option unless you go back to playing on a PS5 or a PS4. But personally speaking, I think I'm just out. I don't. This is like almost too much for me. I don't need PS6 is already going to be over $1,000.
Oh yeah, I
So
have
that
no interest in the
yeah
PlayStation 6 at this point because it's just going to be too expensive. And then the fact that they're going to like God knows how much they're going to charge for storage. Like
yeah exactly
because
because
you need the storage,
memory
the memories
yeah
and all that stuff. You're already getting like, oh, here's a terabyte, and oh, here's GTA 6. By the way, it's 500 gigs. Enjoy your 2 games on this one
yeah
system because you got Call of Duty and GTA 6. It is an insanity idea because of there's just no like they're not optimizing anything.
yeah things just getting larger and larger and larger, and now without discs they're only going to get bigger. We've
Yeah.
already got some games doing 2 discs, like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth does, Red Dead Redemption 2 does. GTA 6 probably would have if it wasn't a code in a box. Because discs aren't expensive to make.
No,
Discs are really cheap to
that was the whole
manufacture.
reason Sony won in the
Yeah,
first place is because discs were cheaper to make than cartridges.
yeah. And you're going to have to be so selective with what you buy now. A lot of people do just keep everything they have, but some people sell. You know, you beat a game and you sell it to buy another game.
Mhm.
That's not going to be an option now. You're just going to be stuck with what you have. And, you know, consumer laws aren't good enough right now for you to pick up something you want, not like it that much, and have to like Steam's okay at it. Most consoles are not okay at it.
Oh
If you
no,
buy a game and you don't jive with it, you're kind of stuck with it.
yeah, it's you're just there. It is, and there are so many like, and this is just off the top of our head. You could really sit down and look at every wide ranging problem that this can cause, and it's just numerous and exhausting. And it is stupidest, short-sighted, but they don't care because
No.
they want that control. They want that market share so badly. And it's whoever these executives are that have taken control of everything, they are killing this industry. Whether it's all the layoffs at Microsoft and or this whole BS with Sony and whatnot, it is maddening.
It is. I'm mad. I'm just so mad about this.
Oh, I'm pissed.
Yeah, I've thought for many years, when does it get to a point where I can just peace out and be like, I'm happy just playing everything I have? Because this industry's been alive for like 40, 50 years. I'm kind of happy just to play everything that exists already. And when you go fully digital, I think that's the point where I'm tapping out. Thankfully, Nintendo, even though they've got GameKey cards, they're still kind of the last bastion of any hope. Yeah.
How did it happen that Sony made it so game key cards don't seem that bad anymore? What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, obviously, they're still not good, but it's better than nothing.
It's an option that you have. Like, how did this happen that's like all of a sudden a good thing? And again, every time you just had an update yesterday, oh my God, it's all on the cartridge for Oblivion Remastered.
Yeah.
That's always a thing to celebrate. And now it's gone. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it is insanity. And we haven't even touched on the other piece of news that came along with this. It was kind of snuck in with this. They threatened to close the PS3 and PS Vita store a while back, and we all complained about it, and so they didn't. They're just doing it again now. So next year, it's closing for real this time. And probably won't back down now, because they backed down once. They're probably not going to do it again.
And honestly, the fact that it's gone this long, this one sucks, but this one makes sense to me. It's like it was eventually going to happen. It's just the way it is, because Wii and Wii U's already shut down. Most of Xbox is already shut down. The fact that Sony kept it going this long is kind of an amazement,
Yeah, but I suppose, on the 360 store itself shut down, but so much of it is backwards compatible with Series X that at that point, like, it's still accessible. You can still play that. You can still buy and play that stuff in Series X, even if the 360 store itself isn't there. PS5 has nothing like that. Like, you can't keep buying your PS3 or Vita games. They're just kind of gone. At least you can still re-download them, much like you can with Wii and Wii U and DSL. That stuff is always going to be there, hopefully. Until someone makes a move that gets rid of legacy purchases. It's going to happen eventually, probably, but it hasn't happened yet. But it does suck. And we do have a video from back when they originally threatened to take it down, just recommending a bunch of PS3 games.
We kind of go back through and do it again, because it's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while, but. Thank God for Homebrew, because you can if there's any video to say this stuff in, it's when they take physical away. Thank God for Homebrew. Yeah. Even if this stuff is taken away, at least it's preserved somewhere. Wait,
I'm like reading through the actual statement they're making. It's such a BS statement. It's not related to PlayStation 3, but like, as consumer preferences and the broader entertainment industry continue to shift away from physical disc to digital, physical game disc production for all new games releasing on the PlayStation consoles will be discontinued starting in January 2028. Following this date, new games will be available on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. This transition has no impact on games that already released or will be releasing prior to January 2028 in disc format. Again, freaking Insomniac made a big deal about Wolverine coming in a disc in relation to GTA 6. This is a natural direction for Sony Interactive Entertainment to adapt to consumer trends, as the general preference for digital media significantly outpaces physical discs. We're doing this because this is what you guys want, not because it's what we want. It's what you guys want. This is what you're asking for.
Yeah.
That's how this is reading.
Yeah, it is how it's reading. And it's like, it's not even fully true. On Nintendo's side, at least, we see that physical is still the dominant side for them. I think because Nintendo fans are typically also collectors, they kind of cherish owning something. On PlayStation's side, I believe the last figure was like 80% digital, 20% physical, which does sound low. But that's also millions of people. That's a fifth of your install base.
Yeah, just gone. And
yeah,
I'm pissed. It's one of
Yeah.
those. I'm just thinking on every way that this screws things over, and the fact that I have all these games I've collected over the years, and obviously there's a lot to play. There's so much legacy, but also this might screw over the used game market even further.
Oh, it will.
Well, now it's
Absolutely
like,
will.
you're gonna be grasping onto this stuff, holding on to it tight, because this is your only physical media now. This is what you're holding on to. So uh expect those prices to boom
Yeah.
again in this shit economy.
Yeah. I've
So
thought about, like, when I die, Derek. I thought about what's gonna be my lasting financial impact for my kids. Is it gonna be my bank account? Probably not. Is it gonna be my collection of games that they can sell and have some kind of inheritance from?
we might put them
Probably.
through college with this. I mean,
Yeah.
like screw life insurance. I still have my old NES games and whatnot.
Yeah, it's going to be worth something, and a box of digital receipts isn't going to be worth anything. Man,
No. There
yeah.
has to be a massive pushback for this. The question is, do they care? Because according to Azran, 463 people have logged in to complain about this in response to the blog, and these blogs barely get any like interaction
Yeah,
whatsoever.
yeah, it's usually just retweets and stuff. No one really clicks on the blog itself. This just bugs me so much. Microsoft have been gearing up towards this as well. We know they're going to stop printing their games on discs, and they've done it the adorably all digital Xbox. Yeah, it's just kind of Nintendo left. And obviously PC's been doing this for years and years and years, but PC's also an open platform where you can have Steam and, I don't know, Origin and the Epic Game Store, all that stuff. People prefer Steam, but it's an open platform. You're not just stuck with one storefront. Obviously it sucks that people move away from discs, but it's a different layout. It's not the same as a console doing it.
Yeah. And as that alpha, speaking of Steam, just digital as well. Freaking it's related to what Dal Alpha is saying about how physical is important for preservation because of the
Mm.
Marvel Capcom collection, Hi-Fi Rush, such as that.
Yes.
We just saw uh racing game we love,
Racing game
Cruisin'.
we love. Cruisin', yes.
Cruisin' Black
Yeah.
just got delisted from Switch. License
Yeah,
ran
gone.
out or whatever. So the
Mhm.
only way you can get it now is physically.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That is it. Also, there's lots of examples like this. Soul Calibur 2 HD, which is a 360 game, that randomly got delisted someday. Namco made no effort to say that it was going anywhere. It's just gone. There's no way you can get that version of the game anymore unless you look somewhere online that's shady. Otherwise, you cannot buy that.
Yeah.
And that's only possible for a console that's homebrewed as well. PS5, you can homebrew it, but it's super uncommon, and most people probably won't, and you're probably going to have to stay on like an old firmware, which you don't want to do with a present console. So
Yeah.
you're stuck with this stuff. You can't fight it. And I think people, for the most part, probably will just give in with like GTA 6, but when it comes to the future, God, when it's everything, like when not when it's just like the biggest game in the industry, when it's absolutely everything, I don't know how you fight it, but I think you can give up, especially when it's going to be so expensive for everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to give up.
Yeah. I mean, what can you do? I mean, I'll
Yeah.
get what I can, but I mean, PlayStation 5 is going to be my last Sony console at this rate.
Yeah.
Easily.
There,
Like
there's nothing you can do.
Not that I was going to be getting a PlayStation 6 anytime soon anyway. They're like hyping up going to the PS6. It's like, you're freaking crazy if you think I'm going to buy that.
Yeah, you are joking. Yeah, like it's going to be $1,000 plus. It's probably not going to be that much of a visual jump from PS5, and everything's digital, and they get to control the price at that point as well. That you don't have retailers trying to intervene and go down in price. It's just what PSN says it is.
It sucks because in modern practice, because we got that more expensive on little slight increase in price on Switch 2.
Yeah.
But if you get it right away right now via Amazon or Walmart for pre-orders, you can get $10 cheaper. I got Star Fox $10 cheaper. You can get Splatoon Raiders $10 cheaper. You can get Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave $10 cheaper. It's fucked up that you're buying a game at launch is cheaper than later, but that's the world we're living in right now. It's a topsy-turvy world.
Other when it comes to consoles, you buy that first and it's going to be as cheap as it is before it gets more and more expensive as time goes on. We are so messed up. Nobody tell Nintendo. This is one of those times where we pray that they stay behind the times. Don't even in a shareholders meeting, don't tell them. Don't let them
staying behind the times has worked out so well for them. Just stay that way. Stay that way. Like Switch, their timing on the Switch 2 was ended up not being the greatest, but it still kind of worked out in their favor somehow in the end.
It did. God, well, we'll let you guys be angry in the comments because I think we're gonna have a heart attack if we keep going.
We'll join you. Just get the pitchforks out. I'm so pissed.
Yeah.
I don't swear on these videos.
No, I try to keep it clean, but I am so mad. This is an industry that's just going to make people more angry and angry and angry. We have layoffs left, right, and center, which are horrible when it comes to crafting the games you love and caring for the people behind them. And now you've got stuff that's just directly affecting the consumer in a negative way. So where is any positive stuff? I think the most positive headline...
that executive got his yacht. Good for him.
Yeah. The most positive headline I've seen in the last few days is Nintendo increasing their employee salaries. Like, once again, just don't copy trends. Just do your own dang thing, Nintendo.
I hope there is like the people who have stuck to the way things have been done and having that mindset, continue that mindset, are the ones that are still working out with Nintendo with the whole 10% increase for employees and making sure retention. The fact that Final Fantasy VII trilogy was able to come out as efficiently as it did, despite how long it takes. Like, they released 3 pretty massive games in the time of GTA 6 just because they retained staff.
Exactly.
And kept the vision. That's all you need to do. All of a sudden, it works. You can be massively successful for this. I don't get it.
Well, take it away in the comments, everybody. We, oh man, I think I'm just gonna end on that. I'm really mad. Yeah. Well, we'll catch you next time, everybody. If you want to join that box in the corner down there, they've been complaining this entire time as well. You can do that over on our Patreon. We're usually a lot more lighthearted than this, but there's
no bright side to this whatsoever. Basically, John, we're gonna have to get into our Rolodex and start finding some classic games to start recommending people.
Absolutely. But until then, keep it locked on GVG. We do retro videos a lot, which are physical, and we'll continue to do them. Bye-bye, everyone.